Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Hello and welcome to Mark and Kelly's Tricks, Tips and Things. So today we're off for a Sunday roast. Welcome, Toby Carvery. But before we do, please like, share and subscribe to this video. It helps us make more and we love making videos for you guys. And don't forget, you can join us on our live chats every Tuesday and every Friday at 6:30 UK time, where you can talk about anything you like, including the food we're going to have today. Anyway, we're hungry, it's Sunday, we're going to check out that Sunday roast. Let's go. Here we are at the Toby Carvery and it's the Sunday, so we wanted to show you what the menu's like if you go on the Sunday. Now you can see there's a whole range of starters that you can have. You don't just have to go for the roast dinner if you don't want it and you're looking for a bit of an alternative. Check out on the left side under Toby's favourites, you've got the mac and cheese Yorkie wrap. Never had it, but we will try it at some point. Anyway, let's go on to that famous roast carvery. Now if you check out the right side of the menu, if you want something a bit different, there is a whole selection there. The brie and broccoli parcel is one that I definitely recommend, and I do have it on occasion. But anyway, let's check out that roast dinner. Now look at that, you've got the Yorkshire puddings there. Those are the sausages you'll get with the king size if you order it. You've got the handcrafted pork there, hand carved pork even, right there, or the tender roast gammon, which he's carving up right there for Kelly. You've got the glazed roast turkey and also the slow roasted beef. And don't forget, they do the slow roasted lamb on the Sunday, which Kelly's going to have some of in her meal. Now, there's two types of roast potatoes you can see there. You've got the classic roasties, there's that lovely delicious stuffing, or you've got the roasties with beef dripping. I've only ever seen this on a Sunday, so if you've gone and seen it before, let us know in the comments. Anyway, this is my favourite. I absolutely love that mac and cheese. You can tell because I'm absolutely piling it on my plate right now. But that is amazing. One of the best mac and cheeses I've had, pound for pound, in any restaurant. This is the root gratin. So we've got the mixture of the potatoes and you've got the carrots in there as well. So that is a nice little combo they do. Really flavourful. Definitely recommend that one. Now, you've got the classics, you've got the carrot right there. The parsnips, which are seasonal, they are really good. These were great. Also, that gravy and onions was amazing. We've got these sprouts, as you can see, the peas, back to the sprouts, and the cauliflower. They didn't have the mash this time. But we've got our condiments, horseradish, applesauce, there's the mustard, Dijon mustard, you've got the classic cranberry jelly and the mint sauce. And don't forget, they've got the two types of gravy, the Toby famous one, and just for me, the vegetarian gravy, one of my favourites.
Onto my plate and I am so excited. I got the king size. It comes with 2 sausages and 2 Yorkshire puddings, but I decided against that because my plate was just so big as it is. There's me trying that fluffy potato. It was the non-beef dripping ones. Gotta say, I wasn't too impressed with the beef dripping ones, but you know what? That did not spoil my day. There's me trying the gammon and the cranberry sauce. It's just so good. I got the pork, the gammon, the beef and the lamb as it was Sunday and that was on offer because they don't have lamb every day, so it's a real treat to come on a Sunday. And it wasn't even that packed, which I was quite surprised about, but we did get the 12 o'clock slot, and like I say, I always advise to get there early so you know you're not surrounded by loads of people and we could film it in peace. And look at my little face. Oh, it was too good. Pound for pound, like Mark says, it was brilliant. There are the 2 sausages, and they were more like the sausages that you get at breakfast. They were seasoned really well, they were herby, they were really nice. Because normally when you go, you get the 2 chipolata sausages. It's not really worth it. You know, if it's the chipolata ones, I would actually go and get the pigs in blanket. So they do a bowl of pigs in blanket, and you can get 3 portions, and they're different tasting ones. But when they're thick sausages like this, I love them. This is the parsnip, and I've got to say that parsnip was charred and so fluffy. It was delicious. I also really enjoyed the stuffing. Sometimes the stuffing can be a bit mushy, but I always like to go for the crispy part. Love it, love it, love it. I also went for a bit of mac and cheese, which is Mark's absolute favourite. I like mac and cheese, it's good, you know, but I can take or leave it, to be quite honest. But since it was there, I just thought, you know what, let me get a little bit. But I've got to say, all the meats were good. Now, with a king size, you are supposed to get more slices of meat. I can't really tell, but on this particular day they did give me more slices of meat, which I was so pleased about. Definitely going to come back here again. Loving all the meats, the potatoes, the sausages, everything. What's not to love?
Okay, so it's my turn now. I'm having those carrots. They were so sweet and soft, really, really nice. This was a really nice meal. I'm going now for the root vegetables. Again, that combo of the potato and the carrot really, really worked well. I really enjoyed that. Lovely and soft, but talking of soft, these were amazing. I forgot about these. These were the onions in the gravy. They really added to the taste of the gravy, but not just that as well. It made it really soft, really nice and really sweet. Bit of a Sprout fan me, so I'm going for them there as well. They were good. Now bear in mind, because it is on a hot plate, they are quite soft when you have them. So if you like the crunchy veg, this would be less for you, but it's still really delicious. I love them when they're soft, really nice. That's my mac and cheese. Now look at my face. You know that's a favourite of mine. Mac and cheese at the Carvery is my all-time favourite. But the stuffing, as you can see me having there, that's really good too. Really soft in the middle, but really crunchy on the outside. I always nick those crunchy bits. I didn't go for potato on mine. This is more Kelly's thing. So I'm just gonna chow down and enjoy that delicious roast dinner.
Okay, so we're here. I ordered a king size and we've been eating, and you'll see in the voiceover what we actually had. It's just that it was a little bit packed, so we didn't feel too comfortable disturbing people. But what I've got on my plate, so I've got a little bit of macaroni cheese, I got beef, I got lamb, I got gammon, and I got pork. And because I got the king size, I got sausages as well. I also got stuffing, some potatoes. There was some dauphinoise. Well, I say dauphinoise, it was like a root vegetable, sort of almost dauphinoise. Now, they didn't have any mash. So when I went back, I was like, oh, is there no mash? So they didn't have any mash on offer. And I was just like, oh. But Mark's veggie plate is a bit more varied than mine.
Okay, so as Kelly says, I'll quickly talk you through my one. You've got the stuffing there. I've got my absolute favourite, which is the mac and cheese. My little parsnips. I've got the onions and gravy, the carrots, the peas. There's my little Yorkshire pudding, and I think buried under here somewhere should be sprouts, which is one left. So there we have it. You've seen the voiceover. This is what we're going to have. Let's chow down.
up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh, well, I don't wanna jinx it, baby, and twist myself at the spine. Don't wanna overthink it, baby. It's just twist your body and mine. Baby, you get me.
Okay, so we have finished. We're in the car, so apologies, we're gonna have to do a lot of voiceovers on this video. It was very, very busy in there. We had people to the side of us, to the back of us, behind us, so we're always conscious when we do these filmings that we don't want to disturb other people, so we decided to do the voiceover.
That's right. I mean, so when we got in, my advice is always to get somewhere early, like try to do the earlier sitting. And when we got in, it wasn't busy, but there was a couple right beside us and they were quite quiet, so we didn't want to disturb their eating. And then as time went on, it was getting busier and busier, and so we just thought, you know what, let's just do the voiceover.
Right, so what did you think? Talk through yours.
I feel like so I got the king size.
Yeah.
And in the king size you get 2 sausages. Now normally you get these chipolata sausages, but they were actually the thick sort of, they look like the ones that you get at breakfast. Actually.
Yeah, they did actually. They were quite big.
Yeah, so it was completely different. So they said to me, they started to put the Yorkshire puddings on, and I was like, no, I don't want any Yorkshire pudding. But the only reason why I get the king size plate is because you get the sausages. Doesn't mean that I can eat everything on the king size plate, but I do give it a good go. But I've got to say, value for money, it's really, really good. Especially during this cost of living crisis. I feel like if you want a meal, and by the way, it's Easter Sunday, so I didn't want to cook, and I just thought, you know what, let me come here. And my mum also said she didn't want to cook, and she was there as well, but she came a little bit later. I think she came like at 12:40 and we took the 12 o'clock slot. But it just shows you that if you do get there early, like as in anywhere else, it's quite quiet, you can sort of get your bearings, you can start eating and all of that type of stuff. But I have to say, value for money, the food is good. What did you think about yours? Yeah,
very good. So just with Kelly's one, remember, so king size is an extra £1.50, but you get the sausages and you do get more meat.
Yes, you do. And
obviously a bigger plate.
Yeah.
Now, with my one, mine was absolutely delicious. You do get, so this was seasonal veg, so there were parsnips on there. I had sprouts, which I wouldn't have put for seasonal. I always think that's more Christmas, and the parsnips. But
they do sprouts all year round now.
No, that's
I mean, but not at the Carvery, but in general.
Well, so the parsnips were really nice. They were pleasantly surprising.
Yeah.
They were really soft. They had a really nice sort of crisp roast taste to them. They were really, really good. My favourite is always the mac and cheese. I have far too much mac and cheese and stuffing, all those carbs, but they are great. They are so creamy. It's unctuous. That is, for me, is the star of the show. For the vegetarian side, I didn't have any of the meats.
You didn't, but what another thing was, they didn't have any mash.
Oh, they didn't this time?
They didn't have any mash. I was quite disappointed.
But they had 2 types of roast potatoes this time. They had the regular ones, and they had the beef dripping ones. Now, you didn't like the beef dripping ones.
No, I mean, do you know what? I'm, like, don't get me wrong, I'm bougie, right? But sometimes I just fancy, you know, nothing so bougie. Like, I don't get these, you know, these triple cooked chips and these beef roast potatoes and all of this type of stuff. Like, the regular potatoes that they do are soft, they're fluffy, they're crisp, just as, you know, roast potatoes are meant to be. But I feel like they overdid it with the beef dripping ones. I didn't think they were all of that.
Yeah, you were saying, but all the vegetables were delicious. So those peas, those carrots, like I said, the parsnips as well. The stuffing was really good. So it's very soft, but on the outside it's always quite crispy.
Yeah.
That is delicious. We always go for the crispy bits.
We do. They also did the onions in gravy.
Oh yeah, they were really good as well. They were so soft. That was delicious as well. And then, of course, I had the veggie gravy. You can have your regular meat gravy, and all the condiments there. So they had horseradish, they had applesauce, they had our favourite, which is the cranberry
sauce.
Jelly.
I put, on both sides. They had the mint sauce.
Mint sauce as well.
Yeah, they had loads.
So for all of that, I think it came to this amount, which is absolutely absolutely fantastic value for money for two. So bear in mind, you obviously with the meats you can only have one round of meats for you or for anybody, but you can go up as many times as you want for the vegetables. I always do the thing of absolutely piling my plate high. As you could see on that, that's a huge pile of food. I got through it, but I am absolutely stuffed. We don't normally go for the desserts either, so this time we did. We shared the honeycomb. You wanted the sponge, but Kelly loves the
syrup sponge.
They have seasonal sponge, and this season it is jam, which is not what you wanted.
No, I wanted the syrup sponge, but I did ask for an extra flake in the honeycomb sundae, which you'll see.
Yeah, very good too. So again, it's soft serve ice cream, very, very pleasant. Overall, very good.
Great value for money. Thoroughly recommend turning up to a Toby Carvery for sure. Especially if you don't fancy cooking. Like, it's Easter Sunday. I just thought, you know what? I don't fancy cooking. My mum certainly didn't fancy cooking. So she said, oh, she's going to book. Can I book her for Toby Carvery? So I did. And then I just thought, you know what? Let's us book for a Toby Carvery, which we did. But do you know what's happening tomorrow? Cooking.
There you go.
Easter Monday.
Anyway, I'm going to ask you the question as always. Would you come again?
Obviously.
I know, that's a silly question, but I always ask it at the end of these videos.
But it's just good to show what it's like on an Easter Sunday.
Yeah.
What you can expect.
There you go. So there you have it. Oh, and just before we go, the lamb. Now, the lamb is a special they do on Sundays.
Yeah.
Did you like the lamb?
I did, but for the Easter weekend, they were doing it all Easter weekend. So I think they were doing it as of Good Friday up until tomorrow. So for the whole weekend, for the whole Easter weekend, they were doing lamb.
So if you want to catch the lamb, you can do on a Sunday. There you have it. Anyway, that's it from Mark and Kelly's Trips, Tips and Things. As always, please like, share and subscribe. And don't forget, we do our live chat every Tuesday and every Friday, 6:30 UK time, where you can talk about anything you like, including what you've just seen us munch today.
And, you know, if you like food reviews, restaurant reviews, trips, tips and things, unboxings, and you haven't subscribed, please do.
Until then, look after yourselves and remember, you're never too old to have fun. We'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.
Bye for now.